Your soul shall be mine!
You asked for it.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is Astrocat here, providing commentary on a match I just played. In this match, we face a Warlock with our Malygos Freeze Mage. We get a pretty good mulligan. We have the Loot Hoarder for turn 2 and Arcane or Acolyte for turn 3, so we are very happy with this. Doesn't really matter if he's playing Zoo or Renolock, as our opening will be pretty much the same. If it's Zoo, we might consider playing Acolyte on turn 3 for more board presence, but if it's Renolock, going for the Arcane is the better choice. Playing Loot Hoarder, we expect probably a tap or a Dark Peddler or something. We see a tap coming out, so we are pretty sure that it's Renolock at this point. So we just go ahead and play the Arcane Intellect and face with the Loot Hoarder. And for the next turn we have a few options. We probably want to trade our Loot Hoarder into whatever comes out to get the extra card draw and potentially get another Loot Hoarder or maybe a Scientist, an Arcane or something that just accelerates that card draw. We also have the option of playing the Acolyte of Pain, but generally I want to save that for turn 5 or later, where we can make sure to get a two card draw from those 3 mana. We see an Imp Gang boss coming out, which is perfectly fine. We can just draw a card from it. I will probably go for Ping here. Playing Acolyte is fine again, but I just want to play around Dark Bomb to be sure to get that extra card draw. So I just ping pass. We are not in a hurry to do much at all. Actually, we are able to play a Secret on turn 5 and get a ping out, and I'm perfectly content with that. At this point, we don't want to Acolyte ping because obviously we'll overdraw the next turn if that happens. So best play here is playing Secret and just ping. And playing the Ice Block here is slightly better than playing an Ice Barrier, because that gives us the option of playing the Heal Bot for turn 6 or later. If we play the Ice Barrier, we'll obviously not be able to play the Heal Bot with much success. We see an Argus coming out, preventing the turn 6 ping, which is fine. So I just go ahead and play the Heal Bot here. There's not much reason to go for the Blizzard or for Doomsayer. Doomsayer is okay, but I choose to go for the Heal Bot because it's such a good window for playing the Heal Bot. It can be very awkward with those 5 mana. Tharisan comes out, which is a card we don't like to see at all as Freeze Mage. It's a card we have to remove in many cases because we can't just ignore it and let the Renolock just play everything way too fast for us to handle it. So removing it here is what I go for. And while Doomsayer Frostnova is a play, I mean, it gives him an extra, extra reduce from his Doomsayer, and it can get silent and whatnot, so I'd rather be safe than sorry, and I choose to spend one of the Ice Lances. Normally I want to hold on to the Lances and a Frostbolt for Malygos play later on, but at this point I feel I can spend one and try to go late, draw more cards instead. With the Sylvanas coming out, I feel very, very safe. Sylvanas is not a threat to Freeze Mage. We can just kill it and maybe give him a Doomsayer if that's necessary. We can just leave him be, which is what I do here. There is no reason to kind of try to remove him. Instead I develop a secret and I draw 2 cards from the Acolytes, which is a really good turn, and I feel very, very safe at this point. If you look at our hand, you see that we have a lot of removal, a lot of stalling potential. So yeah, unless he plays something like a Doctor Boom here, we will not be forced to play Frost Nova. We can actually just be even more greedy and go for like a Naked Doomsayer or a Flame Strike, which is very, very inviting in this case. So again, Doomsayer is fine here, but getting it silenced or Siphon Soul is just very, very bad. It gives him so much damage to our face. So I will just Flame Strike here. It gives him a 2-1 and a 1-1 on the board afterwards, but it's not a big deal. It's a great way of dealing with this low health board that he has, and just buying us a lot more time. So I go for the Flame Strike, removes a lot of damage from him, and I feel even more safe now. So at this point I'm maybe a bit worried about getting like a Melganis or something out that I might have to spend my Fireball on. Because I kind of want to keep hanging on to that Fireball, since I already used an Ice Lance and I need to keep that burn for getting his HP down after Reno Jackson drops. So we see a Healbot come out, which is a very interesting play. He probably suspects an Antonidas play coming out quite soon from our part, but that's not gonna happen since we don't run Antonidas, and we're actually very happy with this, since we can just make a really good Alexstrasza turn here, and that Healbot won't be healing him up to 23 once we have Alexed. So this is very, very good for us, and we can pretty much almost steal the game right here. So by playing Alexstrasza, we force him to play Reno Jackson if he has it, or Loatheb. So he has to play either of those 2 cards to actually stay alive here. Melganis is another option. But it's still a very bad spot. He has to play one of those 3 cards to actually not get bursted down. Of course, we cannot burst him down the next turn with the cards we have, but from his point of view, he's staring down a Freeze Mage with like 12 cards left and 8 cards in hand. He has 50 health, so he's obviously extremely scared of getting KO'd the next turn. So Reno comes out, we get a very good draw here. Thalnos is among the best draws you can get here, because it is one more card draw. And if you look at our hand, it's a great hand, but we just need that extra piece or those extra 2 cards to just actually be able to kill him. So accelerating card draw here will enable us to finish the game faster, which is all we care about at this point. Since he spent both the Healbot and the Reno Jackson, he has pretty much no heal left in his deck. He might have a Farseer, he might have a Siphon Soul, but aside from that, no game-changing heals and nothing that we should worry about when we choose to go to burn down his HP. So that's exactly what happens here. I play Pyroblast to make use of that extra damage from the Thalnos. I'm not concerned about getting silenced on the Thalnos, because I know that if he silences it, we can probably play Doomsayer for some good value Doomsayer and stall out the game that way. So he chooses to go for the trade on the Thalnos because he wants to develop the board, which makes sense. With his silence, then developing the board would be a bit more risky. And we get another really good draw here. The Arcane gives us even more draws, which will let us finish the game sooner. here just going for the Nova Fireball is actually the best play, because as I said, he has next to no heals left. Playing the Doomsayer here is not, it's not that interesting. We just want to win in the next turn or two, and Doomsayer does not allow us to do that. Since we have a second Ice Block in hand, if a Loathor were to come down now, we could just Ice Block again. The turn after his freeze on his minions goes away. So yeah, all in all, a very, very safe spot. We have lethal the next turn. There's next to nothing he can do about it. Mal'Ganis would be the best play here. He goes for the owl to pop the ice block, which is fine. He pretty much knows he's dead at this point. There's no way the mage cannot bring down 9 HP at this point. He goes for some extra heal, but with our 13-14 damage on hand, that'll be GG. So thank you guys for watching, and feel free to subscribe, leave a comment, leave a question, and I'll see you guys next time.